Hey Sam, just overall your initial thoughts on the win today.
Much needed. We were on a bit of a bumpy patch there. Um, and I just said this to the broadcast. When you're having a patch like this, it does not make a difference how you get across the line, but you have to get across the line. You've got to get at the habit of losing games, tying games, or decisions going against you. You've got to break that habit. And today was really I didn't say that to the players before, because I didn't want to add any more pressure. But today was about breaking the habit of the run that we're on. And I thought first half we had some really good moments, and just a decision here or there. And I think we could have been 2 goals to the better in the first half. Um, and then second half they come out and they start playing a lot more direct. I mean, I can't count how many balls went behind us. It must be in excess of 25 or 30 balls where they played in behind us to try and break our defensive structure and shape. And a couple of times we got caught out. But for the most part, I thought it was well earned. And again, today was about getting yourself across the line. Clean sheet, an amazing save from Jane there at the end from Nadia Nadim, who can do that to anyone. Jane kept us in it there with that one. But yeah, good value. I'm just happy. I'm happy for the players. Proud of the players, and I can see the disappointment in them, and I've been carrying the weight of the players' disappointment, and the been carrying that burden right for the last couple of weeks, and it's not easy. You try and do everything you can to try and take the pressure off the players so that they're playing a little bit more freely and they're not quite tense. And it takes its toll, right? So it's been a really, I'll be honest, it's been a really draining couple of weeks, and I'm hoping now this is a little bit of the energy boost that can push us on to onto better things. So proud of the players, just happy to get across the line. And I'll be honest, it did not make a difference how we got across the line today, but we had to do that. We had to change the habit.
And according to the results at the moment, I know it's a good first win since June 3rd, but also unfortunately the Dash are out of the Challenge Cup at the moment. Even though that's not the we could say the priority at the moment, but with this win in mind, and of course the debut of Sarah Putigam today, how'd you rate her performance and her contribution to the team moving forward?
Yeah, I think what you saw from her is what you'd expect. Obviously, brand new to a league. She's clean on the ball. She's comfortable on the ball. I think obviously it's going to take time to build relationships with players. She'd made a couple of passes thinking a player was making a run that she probably would expect from a teammate that she'd been with for a number of years. But yeah, I thought it was a solid start. I thought she was clean. I thought she was comfortable. I thought it was a good game for us to introduce her to the league, so she can get her feet wet a little bit. And I haven't spoke to her yet, but I'm interested to see what she thought. Mental is probably the word that she's going to use, I would imagine.
And speaking of another player, I think the main focus of course, the goal scorer, Emily Sameh, she looked really relief after scoring that goal. How you rate her performance and contribution?
Yeah, I mean, a brilliant goal. I mean, Ebbs has got that. We've seen that Ebbs is close to doing that every single game. The challenge for us and for her is for her to be at that level every day, and every day, Monday through Friday, so that it translates to the field on the Saturday. But I think she's got into some really good situations even through this barren patch. She's been in good situations, just haven't gone in. Last week, save and against the crossbar against against Kansas City. I thought she looked dangerous last week and really dynamic, worked hard. She's been sick this week, so she looked a bit drained in the game today, and but credit to her for staying out there and powering through it. But I think she could have got I think she could have got 2 or 3 in the first half, to be honest with you. And that's the level, right? That's the standard. She will be ecstatic. We're ecstatic that she's got the goal. We're ecstatic that it's the goal that wins the game for us. There's work to be done for her. There's work to be done for the team, and that's what it's about. Right? There will be a lot. There will be a lot of things that we'll look back in this game and say, look, we're not happy with that. But the main thing that happened today, the most important was getting across the line, 3 points and a clean sheet, and we'll build from this now. I've got no doubt about that.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Hey, coach. Uh, you guys built with the win today, like you just said, but how frustrating is it to, not be able to advance in another competition?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we made a decision earlier in the year, and part of it was due to availability and injuries, right? We did not have the resource. We had 7 games in 24 days in April, May, and we don't have the resources to. We didn't have the resources that then to put out a consistent starting 11. And I'd made a commitment. The club had made a commitment that we were going to use the Challenge Cup games. We're still, just to be clear, we still wanted to win the games, right? We were not we weren't giving things away to players that they didn't deserve, but it was an opportunity for us to expose the players to the league, which then helps us, amplifies their strengths and their weaknesses, which gives us a little bit more information, a bit more detail for us to continue their development. We made a commitment in the Challenge Cup that we were going to do that. Listen, if we'd got a result against KC last week, different ball game, right? Then you go for it. But I think, start. You play to win all games. We're at a point now where, it's not possible. I think we knew that last week. But really, what it's about is the last 7 games in the league, and we're not throwing next week's game against Chicago. We have to use that to build momentum to go into that next game against Washington. But all eyes are on those last 7 league games and taking every single point possible. And this performance will help with that. And we got to kick on again. We got to push on again against Chicago away next week. I think we owe them one. We feel that we didn't get what we deserved from the Chicago game, especially with the VAR decision being wrong and that costing us the goal. So we're going to be highly motivated going to Chicago, not just because of that, because we've got to start building momentum in the opposite direction now. Okay, nothing's neutral in life, right? You're either going forward or you're going back, and that's a step for us to go forward.
What's been the biggest learning curve in this competition so far?
Well, I mean, the league's the league, right? The competition doesn't make a difference, to be honest with you. In this league, look at the result last week, right? North Carolina against Washington Spirit. They smashed Orlando again today, right? Just there are strange results happening at this time of the year. Obviously, a lot of teams are missing a lot of players. It's a really difficult time, I think, for teams at the moment, and that except for the teams that have got real consistency and really good depth, it's difficult for the teams to put really strong teams out there right now.
You were talking about how you guys need to use the Chicago game to build something. How important is it for you guys to kind of use that extra game heading into
100%.
league play?
Yeah, it's a game. Again, we've got to. It's about momentum. We've got to build on this game. We've got to go to Chicago and put performance in. Right. We are unhappy with how the game went against them at home. We're unhappy about the VAR decision. And we are. All our eyes are forward. Right? We're looking forward. We're looking at it as a game and going, right, it's an opportunity for us to improve here, and then put us in a position to do well against Washington Spirit. So it's an opportunity for us to build momentum and to continue on today's result.